In this video, you'll learn how to create a load from source to stage with Agile Data Engine. To create an incoming load, you need to create a load to the target entity and give basic information about it, such as its name. Then you need to create a mapping between the source and target entity and between their attributes. ADE uses all this information to generate the load later. Remember that one entity can have multiple loads, and loads are executed in the runtime environment using workflow orchestration. To create an incoming load to the staging entity, open that entity and go to the Loads tab. Next, press Create Incoming Load. Then, modify the load name. And choose the load type. You can read more about the load types in Agile Data Engine documentation. After that, choose a schedule that defines which workflow this load is included in. In this training, choose the one with your own alias. Then, press Create. To define from which entity you want the data to be loaded, press Create Entity Mapping. Then, search that entity and click Select Entity. Here you can see two entities, the source and the target entity. In the target entity, you can see the metadata attributes configured for this entity. Next, map the attributes of the source entity to the staging entity by selecting the left side column. In this case, we want to select all attributes. When the desired attributes are selected, press Map Selected by Name. By switching to the right side column, you can see that the attributes from the source entity have been created and mapped to the target entity. In this case, we don't need to apply any transformations to the attributes mapped from the source entity. However, for the metadata attributes, the default transformation types have been defined in a configuration package. At this point, you can switch to the graphical view to check the data lineage. The load you created and the mapping from the correct source entity to the correct target entity should be visible. After that, you can easily switch back to the tabular view.